And my question is, why is the federal government hesitating to solve this problem? Why is the federal government hesitating to resolve this matter? Simple, is the lack of education. I really want to use this medium to really sympathize with all the people living in Lokoja, all the victims of this very situation. Please, I really sympathize with you in this. Please, if you're watching this video, maybe just take a 1-minute break or silence for all the people, all the victims of Lokoja, of the situation in Lokoja. Please, please. May God help all of them and give them solace. All right, Nigeria is going to be great. Nigeria is going to be better. That for sure that for sure I know about. If you're new to my channel, please don't forget to click on the subscribe button, like my videos and share. This is The Matters with Madima. Okay, so I have to go with my information right now with the federal government and ASUU strike. Federal government and ASUU strike. And my question here is, what is really the federal government saying about the ASUU strike situation? Does the federal government need to go on a discussion for a long time with the ASUU before the school resumes? See, now, let me tell us something to this. You see, the problem of Nigeria is lack of education. This is the big problem of Nigeria. Let me tell you, it is because of the lack of education. That is why, okay, the federal government has found it very difficult to liaise with the ASUU people and then let the students, the people, go to school. It is because of the lack of education. That is why so many things that ought to be changed in Nigeria is not changed. It's because of the lack of education. That is why the people who are supposed to fight for their rights are being shut down. That is why so many people don't even know the bad and the good. It is because of lack of education. This is absolutely absurd. This is absolutely absurd. I don't know what the federal government is doing, but if the federal government have a proper education, they will know that the big problem of Nigeria, or the plenty situations, problems happening in Nigeria, is the cause of lack of education. Lack of education is the manners we were supposed to get from that we have lost. And trust me, if Nigeria should work on education, proper education training in the country, this is the first solution to its problem. It's the first solution to its problem. Lack of education. And I don't understand what they are deliberating on. Because if they know the importance of education in an economic system, they will not hesitate to solve this problem. You will not hesitate. It's absurd. I'm disappointed. I'm disappointed at what is going on right there. That this whole situation or this whole matter is taking a very long process, it's taking a very long time. Just because people are yelling, people are crying, people are demanding to be paid for the impacts being, given out to other people. Sir, it is for your country. Sir, it is for your citizens. Sir, it is for your economic status. It's for your economic status. It's for your economic essentials, economic importance, because economic growth, for your economic advancement, for your economic advancement. If only the Minister of Labour and Employment was very intelligent enough or had a proper or standard education, I'm sorry, so I have to say this, you would not hesitate to make sure that the ASU or the pupils, the students, the future generation of tomorrow go back to school. That is the problem. This is the big problem we're having. Lack of education. The other day I heard 820 billion naira was disbursed for insecurity measures. Sir, until today, paratroopers are dropping from the sky. Now let me tell us, it is still the same lack of education that has made us to understand that they have greater and different measures to handle these situations. Because when you have the education, you use different dimensions, you employ people to give people training to handle this situation. It is lack of education that is making us still try to solve this problem in a measure we think that is what it is. Lack of education. The basic thing that Nigeria needs to work on is education. And in my next video, I'm going to be dropping, the effects of lack of education. I guess we don't know, but I should come as a reminder to basically tell each and every one of us, or tell the people up there, yes, the importance of education. Can we stop deceiving ourselves, mentioning insecurity, bullshit, whatever? Yes, it could be one of the situations. But come on, if you were educated, you will have a brain to bring technicians, to bring people, to train your people to solve this problem. Lack of education. The moment things got heated between the Minister of Labour, Ngige, and ASU President during their appearance before the rep members. This is it. And I watched that video, how he simply walked away. Sir, if you knew the importance of education, you would not hesitate to solve this problem. If you knew the importance, if you knew that the reason why your citizens are laid backwards, is the cause of lack of education, you will not hesitate to resolve this problem. Because this same thing you are fighting for, this same thing you claim that is the problem that Nigeria lacks, I'm sorry, the change is in your hands. Give your country a proper education. Give your country a proper educational status, a proper educational studies, a proper educational environment. And you will see changes will begin to happen in your country. The federal government has presented certificates of registration to 2 breakaway factions of the Academic Staff Union of Universities, ASU. The new sub-unions in the academic sector are Congress of Nigerian University Academics, CONUA, and National Association of Medical and Dental Academics, NAMDA. Minister of Labour and Employment Dr. Chris Ngige presented the certificates to the unions on Wednesday afternoon, October 4th, at the Honorable Minister Conference Room, Federal Secretariat, Phase 1, Abuja. Recall that ASU has been on strike since February 14 to press home its demands, including adequate funding of the system, replacement of the Integrated Personal Payroll Information System, IPPIS, with the UTAS as the payments platform in the university sector, among others. For crying out loud, he who impacts wisdom in a human is always, at the end of the day, rewarded. And currently, these people have been trying so much their best to impact the young minds of your own citizen, of your own generation. Yet, you have decided to lay this backward and make the pupils live backwards in their lives. So let me remind you again. Do you know that the world is turning or getting to be competitive? Do you know this? In our next future, you will see children over there of 10, 12 years, of 7, 8 years, challenging your citizens of 16, 20 years, just with words. So when you have education, you have confidence. When you have education, you know what is right and what is wrong. You do what is right than what is wrong. So when you have proper education, you would not stress yourself to tell your children the right things to do. So when you have proper education, you will see proper organization, proper organization, proper things happening in your country. So it all begins from education. It all begins from what you give the child at a little time. Education. I am honestly disappointed at the way the federal government is shuffling their feet just to get this whole situation resolved. How much are they asking for? How much was disbursed for insecurity measures? Sir, is that situation 100% corrected till today? No. But if you have a capacity to have educated your own people on best ways on how to handle things, manage things, repair things, boost their knowledge on different technologies, sir, your country will be 100 times better than the people you admire. Now, another matter goes this way. I support the Nigerian police and army dealing mercilessly with any obedient who attempts to create a violent election once Atiku or Tinubu are announced as winner. We will not allow destructions of cities again, and we will hold Peter Obi responsible the same way we did Buhari 2011. She also said, obedience, stop ranting like rabid animals online. 70% of you have no PVC. Study the Atiku and bad supporters on Facebook. No noise. People quietly registered and picking up their voters card and pitching their candidates. All yours is noise and insults. I will deal with you this 2023. Further, she read, good night to everyone except obedience on Twitter. Useless set of people. You think I am Adeyanju, FFK, or Renault Mercury, Abi? Now, when I read this, first of all, this is the news I heard, okay? I heard that when you are obedient, or maybe when you are for the Labour Party and you go to get your PVCs, you're being restricted of the PVC because they just know that, okay, you know, just once they know that you are going to vote for obedient. Now, this is what I heard. Honestly, it is so sad. But however, let me come to Dr. Kemi. Ma, I'm really so sorry. I am really so disappointed in you. The truth is, if you have not tasted poverty, or if you don't understand what the people are going out there, please, I beg you for the love of God, don't talk. If you are enjoying money, if you are enjoying your wealth or probably, anything, please keep your mouth shut. When the people are ranting, just as you said, as you quoted, they are ranting. Ma, your people are suffering. The same people, the same country you call yours probably, okay, is drenching, is sucking. This is so heartbreaking. In the first place, you said that the people should not come online to rant. And remember the word that says nobody should go, insulting candidates. Don't insult candidates. Neither should you have insulted people. You can't insult your fellow citizens. You cannot. You can't insult your fellow citizens. You can't insult people. It is wrong. How could you call them rabid animals? How could you call them useless? How? They are useless because they don't have the same capacities as you. They are useless because they don't have enough money to sustain themselves. They are useless because they are sleeping on the road, because they are suffering and hungry. They are useless because they are speaking their minds, because they want the best. Is that why you call them useless? Is that why you call them useless? Because the economic system has rendered them useless. That is why you call them useless. Oh yeah, that's it. Really. I am honestly really sad about situations like this. I'm honestly really sad when I see words like this, write-ups like this. It's heartbreaking. If you really understand what people are going through out there, oh my God. Oh my goodness. You would not make this comment. As a matter of fact, please, I stand as your daughter or your child, or I stand as an advocate to help or support the youth to please temper justice with mercy, if that's the right word. Please try to contain what you say to the people. What you pass to the people. Yes, you want to support the people because, oh yes, because of your own personal or selfish reasons. That's what I'll say. That's exactly it. Because of your personal or selfish reasons. But allow the citizens who are going through hell, yearning for change, to please speak up. And the people, never mind. By the way, you have to go out there, get your PVCs, because that's the Mama, you know the truth. This country needs a change, and there have to be a change, and there must be a change. There must be a change. I don't know anybody's going for, but honestly, I really hope the mind or the interest of all the candidates, all the leaders out there is to change the country, is to change the current situation of this country. Now that brings me to this write-up. How I got fined 42k naira for disposing trash wrongly in Netherlands. You know, everything or every situation happening in Nigeria is lack of knowledge. Lack of education. That's the truth. Let me tell you, if you're educated enough, you will know that leaving your place, like I see some people that drive and park in front of someone's gate or compound or in front of someone's store. And then when the person says, no, don't do this, and you begin to shout. Like a current situation I had with one of my friends, some guys, were parking in front of her gate. And then she was called in and said, madam, na fresh air you can't collect. Now fresh air you can't collect for person compound, for person front of footage. Like for person footage of, I don't know how to speak it. For person front of footage of compound. Oh Lord, in front of somebody's compound, you came to take fresh air. With your car riding, with your car parked. You came down taking things in front of the person's gate. You don't know your right. Sorry, you lack knowledge that is actually a trespass. That is actually wrong. You lack the knowledge. Now let me tell you, you see the difference between Nigeria and abroad is that when you violate a law, you get punished immediately for that. You get punished immediately for that. Now I had my friend who told me that he went to someone's store and parked, and then the following week, okay, he saw a letter given to him that he's supposed to pay a fine of $100. Why? Because he broke the law. Why? Because he was not knowledgeable enough to know that was a crime. Now let me tell you, some of the major mistakes we make in Nigeria and things are just let by is because we lack this knowledge. We lack this knowledge of change, for crying out loud. Now, how did this young man get fined? Things are working in that system. I definitely know that if things are working in Nigeria, if everyone is educated, mistakes like this would not be made. The country will be neat. And then when you make those mistakes and then you have certain calls to put you to other of your defaults, Nigeria will be better. Nigeria will be better. I'm just trying to say, this is it. I'm just trying to say, okay, that, when things are put to other, okay, you will now have a right of control of what is happening in your country. Because now you have trained your people that doing this is totally wrong. Okay? You have trained them from the grassroots, from the scratch, that doing this is totally wrong. Now, when they violate those laws, you put them to charge. You put them to treatment. You put them to warning. You train them. Okay? Okay? You deal with them. You punish them for breaking the law. But now, how can you do that in Nigeria when from the onset we have lost the knowledge? I'm disappointed. Well, it's fine. This whole situation happened right there in Netherlands, and I just pray Nigeria will come someday to actually behave this way to reset the minds of a lot of individuals. And the last but not the least, oh yes, a lot of parents will lose their minds if the federal government does not look into the situation. Yes, if there is no change in this. Let's not pretend we don't know school owners, book writers and publishers are making life so difficult for parents. In our days, last-borns used textbooks all their siblings used. But these days, one person to one textbook. We need to speak up, parents. The most annoying part is they refuse to produce workbooks alongside these textbooks so other children can use the same textbooks afterwards. Trust me, at a time like this, if the government does nothing, lots of parents might lose their minds. Way back, my mom would write Ezenwafu's Life on the textbook, and we all use the books. Today, children are forced to write in the textbooks, thereby making it difficult for other siblings to use. Still, the situation of Nigeria. Still, the economic situation of Nigeria. This boils down here. Let me remind us, there are some places in abroad, there are some schools in abroad that schooling is free. Kindergarten is free. Schooling in abroad is free. It's free. And we're here just to admit a child in a kindergarten. You pay huge amounts. If Nigeria was just literally good, just okay, situations like this, okay, would not come up. Matters like this would not come up. Matters. I'm so disappointed, though. I'm honestly disappointed at what is just happening in this country, and people are just laid back, and these people up there are laid back. Eyes are not opened for a change, and you sit on your table, you sit in your house and tell me if these guys are announced that we as winners, the people should not come break their heads when they are already when they are crying and already seeing that, they want to get out of this situation. When they are crying and they're saying they want to get out of this situation, and you're telling them to keep shut. How? You must be selfish. Huh? You're living a better life and you don't want others to do that. That's sad. It's okay. It's okay. Nigeria will be good. Nigeria will be good, guys. But anyways, this is just me trying to speak out here what is really going on in Nigeria. It's gonna be good someday. Okay, a lot of parents will lose their minds, okay, if the prices of these books are not taken down. A lot of parents will lose their minds. I mean, another question I just have to ask parents, what would you lose your minds into? Stop your children going to school? Please, please, I want to beg on their behalf, okay? Losing your minds is not the option, but however, I agree with you that the prices are meant to be changed. I agree with you that the system needs to be changed just for things to go right. I agree with you. Anyways, by the way, if you listen to this talk right here, this is just me trying to pour out my heart down towards the situation of our country, Nigeria. This is still me, your girl Madima. If you liked all the things I just said, it's actually for the interest of our country, to actually make our country better. So this video is basically like an eye-opener to, you know, to the federal government, okay, to all the leaders out there in the Nigerian system. I'm totally keen to help the Nigerian system. I'm totally keen to help the Nigerian system. And if you like the video, please don't forget to click on the subscribe button, like my video, and also share. I'm still your beautiful girl, Madima. Thank you for watching, and do well to drop your beautiful comments. Thank you.